we ended on this look. It looks good this way, right? But that's not how it would be positioned once it's on the ground. So it would have been slanted like that. Like the tray would have been more this way. So let's take a look at what I did next. So what I ended up with is something like that at the beginning. And after like just cleaning things up a little bit, I arrived to this guy. I thought this looked really, really good. It like combined all of the ideas from almost like day one into this one awesome look. Now, the main difference between this particular design here is it's shorter. I thought that this would have been a little bit more slimmer and it would fit computer profile a little bit better. So with lines, this obviously looks a little bit more, maybe a little bit more aggressive. Like this has like a little more angry, grumpy kind of look. Here's how much space we have extra. And this part might be really like a nuisance, where here there's enough to clear this. So we might need to stick to something like that just out of necessity. So what we're looking on here is like that. All right. So it's a slanted kern look. Now, in order to build this, all we need is to take this guy and slice it like that. You see, when we trim this part here with the red line, this one, we end up having a situation where the left side and the right side are separated at the bottom. We're basically like keeping the bottom flat versus the top flat. We're reversing it. So the line you see up here, that's how it's going to look. Can this be like taken out? Oh, hold on. Wait a second, guys. Nice. Where draw the line? Perfect. We can't see anything, but it's great. Check it out. So let's work on this together right now and take this guy apart. Not sure how much we can actually take out because some of this stuff is glued. But for starters, let's just get rid of maybe this if it lets us. Man, I thought it was going to be a lot more complicated. Okay, we can remove this bar here. So we're gonna remove this bar really quick. It's the 2 screws. Man, this is like shot. Okay, so let's grab this if we can. Nice. I have a nice shelf over here. You guys can't see it, but you can store things on it. So what else we have? Can we remove any of these guys? It would have been nice to take it out, but I don't think we'll be able to. It's just, yeah, it's all glued. You see my dad like trimmed it here, did a really good job. Like look how small tolerance that is. That's very thoughtful. I showed my dad yesterday the design that we looked at on the computer, and he had no idea what I was doing. So let's see again, the line on the computer goes exact. Is it going exact or is it? Or does it go somewhere here? Let's see, are we crossing anything? This pretty much goes right here. I seriously have no idea how we can cut this. So it would have been easier removing this guy out of here. We should take this out because I mean, how are we going to be working on the structure at the bottom? It's too heavy. Man, this was so hard to put together. I have a feeling that maybe once we were like disassemble this, maybe we could take a look and save some more height. by lowering this stuff. Just have a little bit to go. 2 more. Not easy to latch onto. Like I said, I end up polishing them or slicing them. My God, I'm losing my voice. There we go. All right. Man, you can see like the markings with the pencil all over this place. Okay. There's some kind of dude with like scribbles. 15, 25, 4. I have no idea what these are anymore. Let's see, this has to come off too. But you guys weren't able to see the little pipe that's over there. Seriously, it just feels like you're working on a car, like, I don't know, on the engine of a car or something. Come on. Really? We're probably not going to be able to put these back. It's just, it's the same thing as cutting. Just lazy way to do it, I guess. Well, at least this is kind of moving. Okay, let's worry about this a little bit later. Wonder, should I take the hinges off? Probably right. It's just super uncomfortable to get these out. Man, that took some time. Okay, that's out. Now let's do the hinges. I mean the hinges. I'll call them hinges, I guess. I don't know what else. Ears. Metal ears. Okay, we have one. And this probably won't even budge. Yeah, this one's a lot tougher. All right. There we go. This is where as we go, right? Yeah. And the reason is because these guys now are not letting us go all the way. It's just, you can't make this stuff up. You can't. It's just... Okay. Wait a minute. This is free. Oh, look at that. What a beauty. Alright, so we just had to take off one, which is pretty cool, actually. I thought this was going to be a lot harder, to be honest. But there we go. We reached the rock bottom, just like we are in real life. This is pretty, actually. I like. Should we take this part too? Part of me wants to kind of keep it for now. Man, this looks nice. Like a little bit from this angle, like the but this is just a copper foil. The reason it was here is so that whatever the heat is being channeled to the copper pipes themselves, that the bottom also has some kind of a layer of connecting them all. So yeah, so this is all to just help the passive cooler. And as you can see, in order to create it, I had to measure it, and you can see like there's a ton of lines that were redrawn, and this was not easy at all. I seriously feel like I just kind of took out the engine, and then like all I have left is just this chassis to work with. Nobody saw that. Okay, let me think about how to cut this, like what kind of saw we can use. Man, this saw so better days. But it'll probably will do the job. Look, it pretty much covers the whole length of the tray. How am I supposed to cut this? If you're superstitious or whatever, just say something. It's gonna take me all day. Oh man, this took ages. Oh wow. Pretty cool, huh? This is pretty like sturdy, and this is relatively light. I'm surprised how light it is compared to that. Anyways, what now? So off camera, I ended up cutting this part, and now I'm trying to piece it all together. Let's move for now copper coils away because they're making my head hurt. Just think about this for a second. We could still use this just in case we need to realign the two parts. What do you guys think? Obviously, this is the most disastrous way to demonstrate something. All right, I guess we'll give it a shot, right? So another round of cutting, of course. It's like, how confident are you? I don't think I can answer that question. You know, it's like asking doctor, how confident are you in a heart bypass surgery? I got to about over like almost half, but it went a little bit sideways now. So I'm gonna try to come back, but just in case I can, then I'll have to somehow either trim this with a Dremel, which would be a shit ton of work. But let's see. It's a little bit better. You know, as I'm cutting, I'm flooded with ideas how to avoid exactly doing this. But for some reason, they all came in after I started cutting. The next episode of Dexter. Still cutting. Oh man. Maybe this is easier to see, like over here. This is where the blade went sideways, so you can see there's a lot. Well, it's actually too bad when I look from this angle, but it is not uneven. It's not even. So what I'll start probably now is I'll take Dremel and I'll start smoothing this part and see maybe I could just come up with a reasonable angle that is a little bit more even throughout. So it's going to take me a while, but you know, part of me thinks that this has to come out. The reason I would like to get this out of here because it will be easier to work with the Dremel. You know, the chances are we won't be able to come out at such a steep angle for both sides. Please don't tell me I have to cut this again. You know, I might just cut like across for now and then like worry about this later. Yeah, let's just chop this off. We'll cry later. And here went way too aggressive. Oh well, we'll just go by ears. I feel like after cutting this for 3 days, using a Dremel would be like having a wedding. I don't know whether that's a good thing or not when you compare Dremel to a wedding. Okay, it's gonna get ultra noisy. I don't know if you guys could see it, but there's a slight bend here. The saw went too deep. Yeah, I think we could just, you know, ignore this part for now, since pretty much everything else is a little bit more on the same plane. Okay, now what? I would like to sand it a little bit, just so that there's no so sharp edges here. I use a Dremel on the setting and just trim it with this guy. Let's take a look, see what we have. Much better, right? Let's sand it a little bit. I think we can work with this. It's pretty reasonably sturdy. Now this chunk. Really, we're gonna be cutting this little angle all day. You can definitely tell that I'm really excited to do this. I mean, like, look how much we need to cut. Like, this is all across all the entire block. Alright, I'll bring you guys back when this is, when I get to the bottom or something. Almost there. Oh. Is it good? Definitely not. Alright, it should be good. The start and end is great. Everything else is just a gap. Amazing. Well, some more Dremel work, huh? Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Alright, there's sawdust everywhere. So I'm just gonna sand it a little bit here, just like we did with the other part. All right, let's see now the two parts. See what's going on. Okay, it's the same angle. I wonder whether I could use those clamps to help us out a little bit. Let's see. I know it's been a cluster, but so far so good. So at least we have something to work with. Sorry for the screeching sounds. I mean, it's just, can't do anything about it. But what I can do is to use our 3D simulation technique. Let's see whether these could still fit in here. From my perspective, like where I am, which I don't understand how I could like flip it and show it to you guys, like the way my eyes are positioned. Yeah, like my eyes don't work in like 3D space. With clamps, it's a little difficult to demonstrate this. Like seriously, it's just, this is falling out. The clamps are like, they're super bright, and when you're trying to show like an angle, they stick out. So let me kind of just do it for myself. Yeah, it's close. Yeah, I say we could work with that. Let me just take a look. So when we have this side with this spacing, let's see. The clamp is in the way. Dude, like. Alright, yay. Some success. Partial success. Seriously, I'm holding 3 things at once. 4. Yeah, I don't see why not. Would have been nice to do this. You know, it wouldn't require us to do much. The clamps are holding that piece here, and I could just figure out how to like anchor it on the other side. So yeah, I think we're onto something right here. So let's see what we can do for just a temporary floor. I'm just gonna do this for now. Okay, this is how you update Windows 11. It's just a laughing stock of updates. What do you guys think? My work. So maybe we put a few of them, and there's a fly flying, and I can't do anything about it. It's just it pretty much almost flew in my ear. Like, that's how weird this thing is. Unless he thinks that this is shit. It's time to probably take a break. I'm hungry, but I think this could work. Let's try this again. Look at the kind of things we could do. Okay, it allows us to, like, I mean, it's almost like it needs to be stoked in order for this to not, to not give up. But yeah, I mean, you can even push it. That is crazy. Look, I mean, it starts to go, but come on, it's gonna be so much fun. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna go eat something, and then we'll work on this floor. We'll find a way to get this to help us connect the two parts. Man, really, I don't have anything like to support this. Of all of this, of all the items that I have here, nothing will reach, please. Like, oof. Just please don't like fall or anything. Just stick around. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I just use full-on glue. Whatever. We'll cut the shit out of this. All right. I had just about enough of everything. See, can I use these guys? The answer is absolutely not. Maybe this, at least. So 3, 3. We'll see how we can work something out over here as well. Yeah, just do that. It's a bit faster. This guy's already dry, so I have no idea how this ended up working out. So we'll let this dry, and then once this is ready, we'll work on the other side. Let's check it out. It's been like an hour. I decided to clip this guy right away. To use clippers. So if I remember myself saying that we should attach this with clamps and then work on the other side. So I'm gonna hear myself out. This is how they build space station. And one guy was holding a clamp, and that's how they got it. Yeah, I am in space. I am in space. Space is all you need. Alright, just please, like, let us figure this out. Like, what, two clamps can stay in place? What is this? Some robotics? Something like here is good. Yeah, I think we can do this. Just maybe like even like this is good. Like this is just for me to know where the glue is going. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like ultra accurate. Which it totally went south with this one. And how'd you end up like that? You know what? The first line was pretty good. I'm just gonna stick to it, guys. I don't need it to be this accurate. Yay or nay? Alright, let's just leave ourselves some space. Let's get rid of this for now. Yeah, okay, we can definitely try and do it this way. Probably would be the most logical thing to do. We need something to hold this at the bottom. Maybe something like this. Or not. Alright. Let's see the angle. You know, all things considered, it's probably best shot we got. So yeah, I don't know what this is called. It's heavy. I'm gonna learn what this is after. It is how it is. We build and learn. Alright, so a little bit of glue on all of those points. I'm gonna put some weight on it. We should now work like this. This way we could align it from both ends once it's glued. Man, like how did I like ran out of space? Like it's like we disassembled like a skyscraper or something, you know? Like there's just so many parts everywhere. Like there's a huge amount of bolts on this side, which I did not put in a box. And I probably should put them in a box, right? Maybe we can still use this. It's like a white flag. I surrender. Let's use our favorite glue. If you wonder which glue I'm using Tybond, and this is 2. I haven't tried any other strengths, but This has been my glue of choice. Easy to work with. It's kind of what I like. It doesn't force you into like do it now or else. Like some of like the silicon based glues. So I changed the headlights and I ended up breaking most of the plastic in the back. So yeah, so that stuff was, you know, just the minute it came out of the tube, it was like, I'm just gonna cement it in front of you, and it did. All right, been pouring this glue for like 16 centuries. Yeah, so we'll have this dry. Let's put some more stuff too. So hopefully like this is not an overkill. All right, this was a lot of work just to get here. A lot of cutting. Once we have the floor, do we just put everything back? I think so, right? It's pretty early in the morning. So it's about 7. So this is Wise, W-I-S-E, which sounds like Vice City. I don't know why they call it table of ice. So we're gonna remove the table of ice. All right, now this guy here is called cloth bin. Okay, let's remove the copper coils, copper plates. A moment of truth. Watch this whole thing like separate. All of them seem to be relatively on the same plane, which is really good. This is kind of what I wanted. So far this holds. It's pretty sturdy. So maybe we'll do like a quick test. Maybe. Oh, let's go. Look at that. Not bad at all. Okay, so we can use the guide rails. We'll screw them back in, right? So we could put it back at the heat sinks, and then we have approximate total height. I'm really happy the way it actually came out. So from everything that we've been working on, the total height was saved by 2 centimeters. And exactly that. We saved it from the bottom combined. The bottom and a little bit at the top, we saved this much in height. Like check out where the heatsink is. Like look at the height. Now let me just remove this. And then put this here. That allows us to save an additional 1.5 centimeters. That's 2. And this is 1/6. Okay, so a little less than this, but this is how much we would save in total. Okay, I'm liking this. So what do I need to reach the top? Okay, let's say that approximately here. Okay, that is exactly, no, it's a little bit more, about 1 and 2. Looks like half of the second plank. That's how much we would need to go. Right, so this part would have been all the way here. I also thought that like, well, we have the copper plate. Maybe that could come back. Obviously the back will be very heavy with this plate and in addition to copper heat sinks. this feels just right over here. This would have been an ideal situation. So maybe the copper plate is not feasible. So we could still use the copper plate. It would have been all the way at the bottom, and it would have replaced this blank completely. This would have been like this. Do we want to do that? Question is like, okay, we can do that, but then like, how do you anchor it? This would have been crazy heavy. The back would have been heavy. I don't even know about the copper bamboo sticks that they could handle such a weight. All right, let's worry about the copper plate a little bit later. If it goes to the bottom, then we'll figure it out. Right now we need to understand how we could connect this pipe all the way down here. Even going here, let's say that we bend it sooner and go to the third. You know, once you look through here, you'll be able to see it. This would have been something like, let's see, do I have a piece of paper here? So it's kind of almost like a hook. There's going to be enough weight here to put pressure on this, plus we'll use the rails. So this is our task. This already looks pretty nice in terms of like the weight and spacing. Just to give you guys a brief overview of what I was doing, based on this mechanism, we can't push it any lower without the heat sinks being pushed back. We would end up having with something like this, where computer would need to be positioned all the way to the top, and we would have this extra spacing here. So cutting this part, lowering it, trimming it, all that would result in saving a centimeter. When we looked at the mock-up in the garage, I thought it would be cool to go all the way to the top of the coil drums. In order to do that, we would have to lower this mechanism, so pushing it even more down. So here's what I came up with. As you can see, this model is probably the leanest that we could possibly do. This would lend us at about 11 and 2 in height, and then 25 and 5 in width. The obvious challenge is the copper coil itself. Probably the most accurate way to represent this was to put this way. It's either we go and break the consistency, or we bend the pipe here. I don't know whether this is a logical thing to do. Basically, we would kind of make it into, like, you know how the vapor chambers look? So it'd probably look a little bit closer to that. So this is something to think about. You know, obviously, like, is this the curve that we want? Because right now it's like a little bit extending out, right? That is a significant reduction. I think this would have been worth it. Side by side. That is actually crazy. For my own like curiosity, like, can this really, you know, go from that, which looks ginormous now, to this? Because when you really think about it, right now, this whole, like, this wood here, like, it kind of has this like a unnatural band. But let's say we just create a post, right? So let me just exit out this. So let's say we take this, and then we just create a post here. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. I think this could be really worth taking a look. So I want you guys to take a look at some of the sketches that I did. I really liked this particular one. I thought it had like a really nice sharp shape. So what I did was I tried to think how I could possibly recreate this. Right, so this is kind of what I came out with. I do feel like it does look a touch sharper. Those yellow lines here. That's a 3 millimeters bamboo stick. I'm like obsessed with it at this point. Now these two, the in black, those would be also bamboo sticks. And I had this idea maybe this is like almost like a leaf spring. And the leaf spring would then support this ginormous piece. Now, let's say that we do that, that could also save a lot of weight. Obviously, we would need to explore how this holds structurally. So this would be more like that. Okay. This is a little bit more realistic scenario. I think this looks a lot better than what I had here. Again, look at the boat and look at this. This is just night and day difference. Obviously very excited to check it out, but let's see what we can do. Let me drink some water before I say anything. I haven't eaten anything this morning. Actually, the only thing I ate this morning are plums. Yeah, I ate a bunch of plums in the morning. I think they've escaped into like another galaxy or something because of cutting this stuff.